I did not forget this time. TG cards announced in Age of Overlord. Give me a second. More synchro support, apparently. Which, I mean, makes sense. TG is a synchro-based archetype. This is dangerous stuff, dude. Synchros are getting some serious love recently. Synchros are getting some serious love in the last couple sets. So, you know, let's see. How to use the new TG support cards. Where are actual new cards? Okay. Tech Genus Rocket Salamander. Level 1 Fire Pyro Effect Monster. Keep in mind this means that you can play up to 6 copies of this, right? Because there is a Pyro Rhoda that's coming out soon. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You contribute a TG monster. Special summon a TG monster from with a different original name from your deck. Okay, so it's Lone Fire Blossom for TGs. If you control a machine TG monster, you can target a level 4 or lower TG monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but its effects are negated. That's pretty solid. I mean, a Lone Fire Blossom with a bonus effect if you can get another TG onto the field, that's a machine. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Tech Genius Mighty Striker, level 2 Synchro. All right. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can add a TG spell and trap from your deck to your hand, spell or trap. Okay, once per opponent's main phase, quick synchro. That's what a lot of the TG synchros have. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can send a TG card from your deck to the graveyard. Now that's a good card. If you can make a level 2 synchro, which isn't always easy these days, you know, it's not always simple to make a level 2 synchro, but adds a TG on summon and foolishes a TG on send to the graveyard, kind of like a TG Denglong, no? Feels like a little TG Denglong situation, because on summon it searches and on send it's a foolish. That is very good. Also, keep in mind that the new dude, the other one, is a level 1. So you just need to pair this one with a level 1 tuner, and there you go. Okay. TG Over Dragoner, level 5 Dark Dragon Synchro effect. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon any number of TG monsters from your graveyard in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except TGs. If this card on the field is destroyed, draw a card. So that one is interesting. It's like a mega soul charge for TGs. It locks you into only TGs, but maybe that's still good because it's only the rest of the turn. So you can do a lot of you can do a lot of synchro shenanigans before this. Maybe make a Baron or whatever, and then you make this. You revive 2 or 3 or 4 monsters, and you still get to do in like one of the very big TG synchros, right? Meh, not terrible. Just James, thank you for the tier 1 sub, and Spacious Planty, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Appreciate both of you. Thank you. Okay, TG Glaive Blaster. Here we have one of those new, like, there's a couple of iconic level 12 TG synchros, like from back in the day, like the Halberd Cannon and whatnot. I don't think those are any good anymore, so maybe this one is better. So this one requires a tuner synchro monster plus 2 non-tuner synchro monsters. Must be synchro summoned. Quick effect, you can target a special summoned monster from the extra deck, banish it. You can use this effect a number of times per turn, up to the number of non-tuner synchros used as synchro material for this card. Once per turn, if a monster becomes banished face up, you can target one of them, special summon it to your field, ignoring its summoning conditions. Okay. Not terrible. It's like you can like summon it after you make this because it gives you back a lot of TGs, right? You can like bring back Librarian, bring back another level 2 tuner, whatever, then you can make this. So you can use it to protect itself. You can, if your opponent tries to get rid of it, you can like chain it and hop in and out. Yeah, technically. Yeah, interesting card. Cool mechanic. Not too busted though. You would expect a level 12 synchro to be a little bit more busted than this. However, if you consider the previous card, then of course this card becomes infinitely easier to summon, right? TG Break Limiter. You can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, only once that turn. Discard a card. Add 2 TG monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. Okay, so they got like a Machina redeployment. You can banish this card from your grave, then target a TG in your grave, shuffle it into the deck, or if you control a machine TG, you can add it back to your hand. Okay, you can only use one of the 2 effects, but it's a pretty good card. It's a -1 into Ash Blossom. So I think this is a little bit worse than just a straight up Rhoda. But still pretty good. Tech Genus All Clear. Continuous spell card. You can only use the 3rd effect of this card's name once per turn. TG monsters on the field become machine monsters. During your main phase, you can normal summon one in addition to your normal summon set. During your main phase, you can destroy a TG monster in your hand or field, and if you do, add a TG with a different name from your deck to your hand. Wait. Don't all the TGs have a trigger effect when they're destroyed? Like TG Werewolf? Hold up. TG Werewolf. Okay, not the sea shanty right now. Once per turn. Oh no, this is end phase. This is end phase. Didn't they have better floaters? Did they not have better floaters than that? No? Okay. So they're not that great. Nolpeter, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Okay, so they only search in the end phase, so that's not great. But still, I mean, this card is double summon plus Dragonic Diagram. You know? Double summon plus Dragonic Diagram, and it's searchable from the level 2 synchro. So that's pretty good. Tech Genus Close. Counter trap card. You can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, only once a turn. When your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or monster effect, and you control a machine TG monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Okay, spell and trap negate. No, actually Omni negate trap. Pretty good. If a synchro monster becomes banished while this card is in your grave, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, some recursion as well. The cool thing is, if you can manage to banish a synchro while this is... Like, you could send this off of the Denglong synchro. Which one was it? This one, right? You don't have to search it with this. You can search a better spell and trap, and then you can just... When you synchro with this, you can just send it from the deck to the graveyard, banish a synchro later somehow, and then you get it for free, right? So that's pretty good. Overall, interesting support. I'm not sure if this makes TG as a deck great. Because, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a lot of good spell and traps. That's a lot of good synchros. But the TG main deck front is looking pretty outdated, I think. Right? Like, it's like, yeah, the spell and traps are good. The synchros are good, but most of these cards are pretty outdated. Like, the last time TG cards were good is like 2011. When you played like TG Stun with Rush Rhino and Striker and Werewolf. I'm not sure if, you know, if there's great stuff. What about the Link monster? Is the Link monster at least good? It's a Link 3. If this card is Link summoned, you can special summon 3 TG monsters. One from hand, one from deck, one from grave. In defense position, but it also locks you into TG for the rest of the turn. Oops. Once again, it's a good card, but it locks you into TG. And I'm not sure if that's good enough. I'm not sure if that's good enough because TG's just like the main deck stuff is just all too bad. Right? It's all a little bit too bad, I think. But nonetheless, very solid cards here. They need more main deck monsters, though. I think that's really what it comes down to for TGs, is they need more main deck monsters. Simple as that. They simply need more main deck monsters.